welcome into the Fan Addict Sports Channel for sports fans by sports fans. It's your boy, Coach I. Where are my dogs at? All right, we back up in here for another preview. This time it's the South Carolina Gamecocks versus the Missouri Tigers. This is actually shaping up to be a decent game because looks like South Carolina's in place to be fourth in front of Florida, who they just beat for the SEC East, and Mizzou is probably looking to shut that down. So I brought my guy in here, Jeff, the stat guy. What is going on, Jeff?
Yo, what's good, Coach I? You see, we got the Carolina gear on. We got the mask off. We enjoying football back in Columbia, baby.
Hey, man. Hey, y'all coming off a huge win, man. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, man. Y'all beat the Gators. Y'all didn't just beat them, dog. Like, it wasn't no fluke. Y'all was just handling them dudes, man.
I mean, it's one of those rare things. That 40-17 final, man, the game wasn't that close. Yeah, I mean, even honestly, when it was 10-10 in the second quarter, man, it really felt like we had complete control of that game from the onset. So,
man, you
definitely,
hey, man,
Columbia.
You had called it earlier, man, about how the stadium was gonna be full capacity. You know what I'm saying? They had it rocking down there in Willie B with the towels a waving, sandstorm going, and with every score, it just got crazier and crazier, dude.
Yeah, it finally feels like, we all season long, it's like we just need that marquee win. And so maybe this was it. Maybe this is the win to turn the corner for South Carolina. Obviously, we're a long way off from where we want to be down the road, but baby steps, man. You gotta crawl before you can walk. So
we did that preview on the South Carolina schedule predictions and preview, and we both talked about this game. I told y'all that y'all would split with Tennessee and Florida. I just thought it would go the other way. I thought y'all would beat Tennessee and lose to Florida, but you guys flipped the script and you lost to Tennessee, but you beat Florida. It's like almost like y'all took out whatever Tennessee did on y'all on Florida. And then you said y'all was gonna be able to run on them, and that was definitely no exaggeration. Y'all ran the ball right down their throat with all three running backs: Kenneth Harris, Marshawn Lloyd, and Zaquandre White is coming for that starting position. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I know me and you talk a lot. You said early in the year that was probably your favorite of our three, and man, he played amazing Saturday night. So, but yeah, we had no trouble running that thing on him. The other thing I said is, I felt the game would come down to if our defense could get the stop when they needed it. They didn't just do that, but they broke the thing open with the strip six leading into halftime. So, man, just all around a great game.
That's right. If y'all need the receipts on that, y'all can check one of these. I guess the tag will be somewhere up here or down there to tag to the info card to one of those to the video that me and Jeff did back. That was way back in like April, late April, beginning of May, man. That's crazy. So, hey, man, the Gamecocks feeling good today. Y'all done put the nail in the coffin on Dan Mullen. I mean, not Dan Mullen, but Todd Grantham. Dan Mullen down there throwing everybody out the boat so he could still have room. He threw the offense coordinator out the boat. He threw Todd Grantham. Todd Grantham looking at him like, I ain't the only problem down here, dog.
Hey, you know things are bad when you fire your O-line coach.
Bruh.
When you fire the coach, things are bad. That's just belling water at this point.
Hey, I can say, man, we was talking off camera, man. His wife told him one thing. He said, hey, when you come back home, you better still be the coach of the Florida Gators. And he's like, I got you.
But, man, like how, obviously that program's going in the wrong direction right now. But even, just his comments throughout the weekend and today coming out saying his starting quarterback, Anthony Richardson, tweaked his knee, dancing in the hotel. Like, that does not seem like things are going good in Gator country. And you know what? Love to see it.
Hey, for real, me too, man. So on past the Gators because they are SEC East old news. Just for people out there, literally Gators can finish fifth in the SEC East. I'm just letting y'all know that. So I'm trying to think if y'all beat, because we're gonna move on to Mizzou. If y'all beat Mizzou, then Mizzou now they can when they had a starting quarterback, they can score. But they didn't have a starting quarterback this past Saturday in Athens, and that didn't bode well for them. So how you feeling about this game against Mizzou? It's a 4:00 game at Missouri, right?
Yeah, 4:00, playing in the other Columbia. battle for the Columbia Trophy. You know, we love some trophies, trying to be like the Big Ten. Let's play for something every single weekend. But no, it should be a good thing. The every line I'm seeing is 1 to 3 points for Mizzou as far as the early line for the game.
Yep.
Really, I'm waiting to see later in the week what's going to happen with Baszler. Is he available? Is he not available? That's going to really change the complexion of the game. If he doesn't go, I mean, I know Georgia's got a world-class defense, but the quarterback Cook did not look comfortable at all Saturday. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
I think
78 yards. I mean,
I think they'll do
if
I think if Basilak's not ready to go, they're gonna do the same thing they did. In Athens, they're gonna play the 2 quarterback system where they got that number 10 who started the game. He's more of the mobile threat, and Cook is more of the pocket threat. But coming into the game, what's crazy is, Jeff, I didn't even realize going into Saturday that Tyler Beatty, their running back, it was the leading rusher in the SEC. Of course, that does, that none of that kind of bodes well for you. Even though like he didn't get a lot of carries, he still did decent yards per carry. So that's something I think you'll have to watch out for. What's the status on y'all quarterback? So is Jason Brown gonna start, or are you waiting to see, or y'all waiting to see if is gonna be healthy?
No, from my understanding, it's Jason Brown from here on out. If anything was to happen, I didn't think we see the freshman Colton get the next nod. And it's really what it's all South Carolina fans wanted last year. You know, we knew we weren't where we wanted to be last year. Man, let the kids play. Why are we trouting out Colin Hill week in and week out to get thumped in the nose? Like, let the kids play. And so I think, we're to the point where we are. It's like, hey, we appreciate what you did for us, Zeb, but it's time to hold the clipboard and do what you came here to do in the first place, and let's go out and have fun. So I definitely think it's Brown's job for the remainder of the year. But I mean, all the comments I've heard as far as how he practiced and how he carried himself before that spot, it definitely seemed like the moment wasn't too big for him.
So, I mean, coming in, we kind of talked about it when we did the prediction video, how he probably should have a shot, at some playing time since he had the rapport with the receiver that you guys got from St. Francis. But after Saturday, what do you actually think about his performance, though?
I mean, his performance looked great. I mean, the way it definitely feels like he's a natural leader. It definitely feels like he had command of the huddle, and like I said, I mean, the moment wasn't too big. It definitely, your first start being on a Saturday night in Willie B with the place rocking versus starting at St. Francis. I mean, those are 2 completely different things. But end of the day, man, if you're a quarterback, you're a quarterback, and you know your job, and you go out there and do it. You prepare for it week in and week out, and you're ready when your number's called.
Yeah,
that next man mentality, and he definitely seems like he embodies that. And the stat that I was most impressed with this past Saturday, he only targeted EJ Jenkins once, and it's like, man, that was your dude.
Yeah.
Like, I was expecting him to have like 10 to 15 targets and kind of be his main weapon, but he didn't. He ran the offense, did what we needed to do.
So if Bazelak is healthy, they got, Missouri, for some reason or another, they always keep these really big receivers. You know what I'm saying? That last drive when they tried to score on Georgia, they got this guy, he's like 6'3", 6'4". He had 2 jump balls, and he went up and got him with ease. Are you worried, if Connor Bazelak is healthy, are you worried about your DBs versus their pass game?
Yeah, no, I mean, if Bazelak's healthy, it's going to have to be a shootout, and that does kind of scare me a little bit. I mean, we just hung 40 on Florida, so that makes me feel better about our offense. It's been a long time since we scored 40 in an SEC game. Obviously, I would much rather us not have to face him. I'd much rather see the dual threat of Cook and then the dual threat quarterback, and just kind of see that, then just kind of worry more with Bodie and stopping him. So we'll see.
Georgia wasn't able to take advantage like they should have against the run game, but coming into that game, Missouri was 130 out of 130 rush defense. You guys got Marshawn Lloyd, who's looking healthier by the game. You got Kenneth Harris, and then you got Zaquandre Wright, who put on for the city. You got to be happy about that, especially with Jason Brown. Is that his name, Jason Brown, the quarterback? especially with Jason Brown going on the road in the SEC for the very first time and starting. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to have a good running game to settle the guy down. You think he'll be ready for? It's not like Missouri's got like it's not like South Carolina where it gets hype and it's like 85,000 people. I think Missouri holds like 56,000. So
yeah, it's not going to. It's not even going to Neyland Stadium with the down Tennessee where they're still going to pack it out and make noise.
Yeah.
So that environment's going to be a little bit different, and I definitely think that helps them. Obviously, a 4:00 start time is probably the best case scenario. You don't really want that noon game, especially heading out there. Noon games are horrible, and you don't want the night game, man. Playing at night on the road sucks in the SEC. So I definitely feel like we caught a good break with it being the 4:00 game, and we should be ready to roll.
Okay, man.
But
so, I guess going through the season, man, what you've been hearing with the South Carolina faithful, man, on Shane Beamer, does the Florida win, kind of solidify that fans think you guys got the right guy, or is some people still out there like, I'm going to wait and see, or what's going on with the Gamecock Nation?
Man, definitely still the wait and see. And it's today's culture of the, what are you doing for me right now? So obviously coming off the big win, man, the podcasts are popping, the call-in shows are popping. Everybody's loving life in Columbia. I've always felt, even with some of the bad this season, we've been competitive.
Okay.
That's been the big thing is we've been competitive. We were right there against Kentucky, play or two here. Obviously we came out the Tennessee game. I wasn't a big fan of some of the play calling early on. But you know what? He took his guys back. He said, look, I heard the play call. I didn't audible out of it. That's my job as a head coach. I could do that. And so anybody to kind of wear that and not just pass the blame or, the offensive coordinator made that call, man, I do think we got the right guy with Shane.
Okay.
I think this will probably be the least talented team we see in Columbia in his tenure. And so we're only going to get more talented, and we're just going to start stockpiling the wins, hopefully. But definitely a big thing. A lot of people before the year said, the over-under was 3.5 wins is what Vegas gave us. We already busted that. On the call-in show, or our show, you said 6-6 is a great year for South Carolina.
I did.
But I said we were going to go 8-4 this year, and that's also on the table. And so, our last 3 games are in Columbia. We got Mizzou. Auburn then comes to town. It was just announced to be a 7 p.m. game. And then we got them Taters from Farm Country coming down to Willie B, and they are not looking so unbeatable anymore. And so, there's still a lot to be had this year. Obviously, we're looking at probably a 4th place finish in the SEC East. Still not going to be a great bowl game, but, hey, a bowl game in your first year when people were projecting you to win 3 games, that's progress being made, and you love to see it.
Especially,
could be
exactly. Especially like you say, when people pick you go 3-9, and you didn't go to a bowl game last year. You know what I'm saying? If he comes in, and I think if he's 6-6 or better, that's huge. That'll help with some of those recruiting battles, and y'all gotta start winning the state. You know what I'm saying? I know Clemson doesn't recruit South Carolina, the state of South Carolina, that hard, but the ones they want, most of the time they're getting. If you guys can start taking those, then it's like, step by step, you'll be up there. And beating Clemson in Columbia would be great for that. Go into the living room and say, well, hey man, we just took them out. You know what I'm saying? We'll do another preview for that game. I know you'll have a lot to say about that. We'll probably bring Gray on so we can get some hateration going for rivalry week, but
you mentioned the recruiting. It's not really just Clemson, but Georgia and Tennessee have a knack for coming into the state and taking who they want.
That's true.
And the key is, South Carolina fans, we know that when we had the 3 straight years of 11 straight wins, the team was made up of homebred kids, and we locked the state down. It's time to shut the state back down. There's a lot of good talent in these next couple classes of kids, not just good when you look at South Carolina rankings, but kids that are going to be in the top 300 as seniors, top 150 as juniors. And you got to go out and get these kids and get them to stay home give them something to play for.
That's right.
So,
And, you know, on that note, shout out to my nephew, Mazio Bennett Jr. for getting the offer, #1 wide receiver in South Carolina in the class of 2024. So who knows, man, maybe y'all will be able to keep him home, man. That's a start. And then you got to start somewhere and then have those players recruit for you as well. So they say, hey, man, let's all get together. Let's stay home. Let's do something big. But, yeah, man, hey. Hey, man.
Got to change it sometimes. But, you know, you asked me about Beamer, and it's like it could be a lot worse. I could be a Nebraska fan and have Scott Frost, who is loved up there. He won 2 national championships as a player. Your AD won a national championship as a player. They're afraid to pull the trigger, and he's staring another 3 or 4 win season down the barrel. And they just announced today they're bringing him back for year 5. And it's like, man, at some point, look, you did the thing when you were playing, and we appreciate it. But
I know, right?
At some we got to shake hands and you still be cool, because I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's going to end ugly.
Yeah, man.
Going to be like Dan mowing down in Florida.
Yep. With that said, man, let's go ahead and get you what you think going to happen this Saturday, man, and then give me how you think the game going to go and what the score, give me a score prediction.
All right. So, I mean, honestly, you know, I said from day one we were going 8-4, and so now I got to run the table to make that happen. And so we're going to Columbia and we're getting the win. It's no matter what quarterback they play, we're coming home with that W. I think the quarterback situation from them changes kind of the look of the game. But I'm going to go with what I know now and say he's not going to play.
Okay.
And so if Gamecock doesn't play, I think that we're going to go up there and we're going to beat them 31-14.
Ooh.
So 31-14 is the score prediction.
Jeez.
The offense is rolling now.
Okay, I got you. I don't know, man. This is a tricky game because I feel like you guys will be able to run on them, regardless of their quarterback, especially if Connor Bazelak plays. But we'll go based on what's happening right now. We'll say he's not going to play. You guys are kind of up and down on the defense, but you got a good defense. You got talent on the defensive line, and Jordan Burchett seemed like he's coming into his own. But what I'm wondering is under a first-year head coach, going on the road, coming off a huge emotional win, I'm wondering how that's going to affect the guys. You know what I'm saying? It could like light a fire on them, or they could be like, hey, man, we just beat Florida. And then it's like, you know, Missouri sucks. And, you know, so it's a tough one. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the Gamecocks, man. I'm going to say the Gamecocks win 21-17. That's my prediction, 21-17. A little bit closer because I think you guys will feed those running backs more than passing the ball, which will, you know, eat up some of that clock because it is Jason Brown's. It will be Jason Brown's first start on the road in the SEC, albeit at the other Columbia. So, hey, man, we appreciate you getting in here on the Fan Addict, man. I let you beat your chest a little bit about calling that running down Florida's throat. You know, I know y'all feeling good down there in Cola Town, man. So shout out to the Gamecocks for beating the Gators. I'm always down for watching the Gators lose.
We talked about it, though, and you said, because I even asked you, I was like, you want to win, you want to beat them down, and you're like, you like just don't get Dan Mullen fired. But
that's right. Do just enough so that he has to fire somebody else and not get himself fired, because I want him to stay down there another 2 to 3 years while Kirby doing his thing. With that said, man, we appreciate y'all coming in and Fan Addict. Hopefully y'all stayed to the end of the video to watch the whole video. We appreciate you if you did. Everybody out there in YouTube land, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content. For Jeff the Stat Guy, I'm Coach I, and this is the Fan Addict, and we are out.